Hello students, the today's topic for discussion is trachea, esophagus and thoracic duct. Trachea, it is also known as windpipe. It is the continuation of larynx. It starts from the lower border of cricoid cartilage which lies at C6 vertebral level and it continues downwards and it ends by bifurcating into two principal bronchi which lies at T4 vertebral level. Now this bifurcation it lies at T3 vertebral level in newborns, whereas in standing position it lies at T6 vertebral level. The measurements of trachea. It is 10 to 11 cm long, starting from the lower border of cricoid cartilage to the tracheal bifurcation. The breadth of trachea is 2 cm in males and 1.5 cm in females. The internal diameter of trachea is 12 mm, but in case of newborns, it is 3 mm. Which persists up till the 3rd year of the postnatal life, and it continues to grow at the rate of 1 mm every year till it reaches to its adult diameter, that is 12 mm. The relations of trachea in the neck. In the neck, anteriorly, it is related to skin, superficial fascia and the investing layer of deep cervical fascia here. Deeper to the investing layer of deep cervical fascia, there are two strap muscles, sternothyroid and sternohyoid. Deeper to the strap muscles is the isthmus of thyroid gland. Along the superior border of thyroid gland, superior thyroid arteries, they forms the anastomosis. The inferior border of isthmus, it is occasionally related to arteria thyroidea emma and the inferior thyroid veins. Posteriorly, this trachea is related to esophagus, and the groove in between the trachea and the esophagus, known as tracheoesophageal groove, is occupied by the recurrent laryngeal nerve. Laterally on each side, this trachea is related to the lateral lobes of thyroid gland, common carotid artery on either sides, and inferior thyroid vessels. In the thorax, anteriorly the trachea is related to manubrium sterni. The posterior border of manubrium sterni, it gives attachment to strap muscles, and this area is occupied by the pretracheal fascia. Occasionally there can be the remains of thymus gland, arteria thyroidea emma and inferior thyroid vessels. Left brachiocephalic vein, it crosses the trachea from left to right side. In the lower portion, it is related to the brachiocephalic trunk and left common carotid artery. This brachiocephalic trunk and left common carotid artery first lies in front of the trachea. Later on, the brachiocephalic trunk, it runs along the lateral wall of trachea. Later on, the brachiocephalic trunk, it runs along the right side of the trachea, whereas left common carotid comes on to the left side of trachea. In the thorax, posteriorly the trachea is related to esophagus and the left recurrent laryngeal nerve runs in the left tracheoesophageal groove. The lateral relations. On the right side, this trachea is related to the mediastinal surface of right lung, which is covered by the mediastinal pleura, right vagus nerve and the arch of azygos vein, whereas onto the left side it is related to arch of aorta, left common carotid artery and the left lung, which is again covered by mediastinal pleura. Blood supply. The trachea is supplied by the branches from inferior thyroid artery and the branches from bronchial arteries. The venous supply from the trachea, it drains into the inferior thyroid vein. Lymphatics of the trachea, it drains into pretracheal group of lymph nodes and paratracheal group of lymph nodes. The nerve supply is mainly from the autonomic nervous system, which is comprised of sympathetic and parasympathetic nervous system. The sympathetic supply is from the upper 4 to 5 thoracic segments. The parasympathetic supply is by the vagus nerve and the recurrent laryngeal nerve. The parasympathetic innervation is motor to tracheal muscles, secretomotor to the glands, and sensory to the mucous membrane of trachea. Esophagus is a muscular canal which extends from the pharynx to the cardiac end of the stomach. This consists of three parts: the cervical part, thoracic part, and abdominal part. The total length of esophagus is 25 cm or 10 inches. The cervical portion, it comprised of 4 cm or 1.5 inch. Thoracic part is 20 cm or 8 inches long. The abdominal part is 1.25 cm or ½ inch long. The total breadth of the esophagus is 2 cm or 3/4 of an inch. The esophagus, it starts as a continuation of pharynx from the lower border of cricoid cartilage, which lies at C6 vertebral level. It runs downwards in front of the vertebral column. It lies behind the trachea in the superior mediastinum, and it lies behind the fibrous pericardium in the posterior mediastinum. In the posterior mediastinum, the esophagus first lies onto the right side of descending thoracic aorta. In the lower portion, it crosses the descending thoracic aorta from front, from right to left side. And finally, this esophagus, it pierces the diaphragm at T10 level and ends at the cardiac orifice of stomach at T11 level. This esophagus, it presents two types of curvatures: two anterior-posterior curvatures and two lateral curvatures. The anterior-posterior curvatures, they lies in the cervical region where it is convex anteriorly, and in the thorax region where it is concave anteriorly. And two lateral curvatures, one is cervical at C6 level and the next is thoracic at T5 to T7 level. The esophagus, it presents four constrictions. First one is lying at the level of C6 vertebra. This first constriction is 6 inches from the incisors, and it is mainly found by the cricopharyngeus part of inferior constrictor. This second constriction is 9 inches from incisors, and it is found by the arch of aorta. Third constriction is at T6 level. It is 11 inches from incisors, and it is found by the crossing of left principal bronchus. Fourth constriction at T10 level, where the esophagus crosses the diaphragm. Relations of the esophagus. In the cervical part, anteriorly, the esophagus is related to the trachea, and on either side, it is related to recurrent laryngeal nerve. Posteriorly, it is related to the cervical vertebrae along with the intervertebral discs and the prevertebral layer of deep cervical fascia. On either side, this esophagus is related to the common carotid artery, lobes of thyroid gland, and onto the left side, it is related to thoracic duct. In the thoracic part, the esophagus is related anteriorly to the trachea, arch of aorta, left principal bronchus, fibrous pericardium, slope of the diaphragm. Posteriorly, esophagus is related with the 12 thoracic vertebrae along with their intervertebral discs and the anterior longitudinal ligaments. Along with these structures, the esophagus is also related posteriorly by the azygous vein and hemiazygous vein, thoracic duct and descending thoracic aorta. The lateral relations. In the thoracic part, onto the left side, this esophagus is related to the arch of aorta, left subclavian artery, left recurrent laryngeal nerve which winds around the arch of aorta, thoracic duct, descending thoracic aorta, and the left lung which is covered by the mediastinal pleura. Onto the right side, it is related to arch of azygous vein and right lung covered with the mediastinal pleura. On both the sides, this esophagus is related to the left and the right vagus nerves. Now these right and the left vagus nerves in the lower portion, they forms the plexus around the esophagus. In the abdominal part, the esophagus is related anteriorly to the left lobe of liver. Posteriorly, it is related to the posterior vagal trunk, left crus of the diaphragm, blood supply of esophagus. The esophagus is mainly supplied by the branches of following arteries: inferior thyroid artery, branches from the descending thoracic aorta, bronchial artery, left gastric artery, and the left inferior phrenic artery. And the venous drainage. In the cervical portion, this esophagus, it drains into the inferior thyroid vein. In the thoracic region, it drains into the azygous vein onto the right side and hemizygous and accessory azygous vein onto the left side. In the abdominal portion, it drains into the left gastric vein and partly into the hemiazygous vein. Lymphatic drainage. The cervical part, it drains into jugulo-omohyoid group of lymph nodes. Thoracic part drains into paratracheal and tracheobronchial group of lymph nodes. Abdominal portion, it drains into celiac group of lymph nodes. The nerve supply, it is also supplied by autonomic nervous system. The sympathetic supply is from the T5 to T9 spinal segments, whereas parasympathetic supply is by both the vagus nerves and the recurrent laryngeal nerves. The thoracic duct, it is the largest lymphatic trunk which drains the lymph from the whole body except the right part of thoracic region, including the convex right surface of the liver, right upper limb, and right head and neck region. It starts from the cisterna chyli, which are the small lymphatic channels in the lumbar region, and these lymphatic channels, they join at T12 level to form the thoracic duct. It is beaded in appearance because of the presence of numerous valves. After its formation from the cisterna chyli at T12 level, this thoracic duct, it ascends upwards and it enters into the thoracic region from abdominal region through the aortic opening. In the thoracic region, in the posterior mediastinum, it runs along the right side of the esophagus. At T5 or T6 vertebrae, it slopes towards the left side and it crosses the midline. And in the superior mediastinum, it runs along the left side of esophagus. At the root of neck, it arches laterally at C7 vertebral level, and finally it turns downwards and terminates at the junction of left internal jugular vein and left subclavian vein. The termination of thoracic duct, it varies. Sometimes this thoracic duct, it divides into the small branches which directly opens into the internal jugular vein and the subclavian vein on the left side. Sometimes this thoracic duct, it divides in the mid-thoracic level or in the thoracic region, and these branches, they may or may not unite. If they fails to unite, Then they directly open into the internal jugular vein and the subclavian vein, tributaries of the thoracic duct. These are a pair of descending lymphatic trunks which drains the lymph from the posterior intercostal lymph nodes. Ascending lymphatic trunks which drains from the lumbar region. Left jugular lymph trunk which drains from the left half of the head and neck region. Left subclavian lymph trunk drains from the left upper limb. Left bronchomediastinal lymph trunk, it drains from the left lung and the left side of the heart.